So here's how it works. So I'm going to show you the points again, and this time I'm going to want you to do them with me. So we're going to actually go through it together so you can start to do it, and then we're going to practice it. Okay, so this is the mechanism for how it's going to go. Okay, so these are the steps. So the first thing we're going to do is I want you to evaluate your pain or your upset level. Okay, so a lot of you earlier said that you were angry. So if you want to use the anger that you have, that's a good thing to use. If you want to use, if it's the same thing as what you ended up with in the last exercise, if you were upset about something or you felt like you still had more to go in the last exercise, there's still that anger and that upset there, you can start with that as well. So I will leave that up to you. It can be, by the way, I just want to open this up to you. It can be something emotional, like anger. It can be something physical, if your knee hurts you. It can be anything physical, emotional. It can be spiritual. It can be about a relationship. Right now, for the sake of this exercise, I would like you to pick something that has some energy for you. So if it's anger, pick that. If it's something that's you're in pain right now, pick that. Whether it's emotional or physical pain, pick that. Now I want everybody to give it a number. 1 means it's very low. 10 means it's very high. So I would like you to pick something that has a number of at least a 5. At least a 5, preferably something that would be about a 7 or an 8. Does everybody have something in there? Are you good? Okay. All right, so that's number 1. So we start with being aware. Remember, awareness is 95% of the cure. I always say that. So you've got the awareness of what that number is. Now, the second thing is you're going to say what's called the opening or discovery statement. Okay? Now, every time you do EFT, part of what you have to do is program your subconscious. Essentially what we're doing is we're actually combining, and this is essentially what this field of energy psychology is. It actually combines a couple worlds. So we've got the subconscious, we've got the physical, the meridians part, the physical, and we've got the combination of the two. So what we're actually doing is we're actually digging something up from our subconscious, and the good news is you don't even have to know what it is, and we're inviting it to leave. So here is the statement that Gary Craig found works. It sounds like this. It doesn't make much sense, but just go with it. Okay, the statement is as follows. Even though, so I'll use the example of anger, since most people in the room had a lot of anger, okay? So what you're going to do for the first one, again, that a discovery or opening statement, is right here along the side of your hand, right in the middle. This is called a karate chop point, and I'm going to walk around so you can see it. Now, you have 2 choices. You can either take the hands and put them together like this, or you can take one of your hands, for instance, the right hand, you take your fingers on the right hand, and you touch the left hand, whichever you prefer. We're trying to hit this point in the middle. If you do the karate chop point, I like the karate chop point because it hits both at the same time. Okay? So I use the right hand, the left hand is straight, and the right hand is angled. Okay? And so this is the opening statement. Okay, so repeat after me. Even though I have this anger, okay, repeat after me. Even though I have this anger, and you can fill in the blank. Yours may not be anger. Yours may be something else, but I'm using this one. Okay? So even though I have this anger, I completely and totally accept myself. Okay? I'll say it again. Even though I have this anger, I completely and totally accept myself. I'm going to do it again. Even though I have this anger, I completely and totally accept myself. Okay, one last time. Even though I have this anger, I completely and totally accept myself. Now, every time you do EFT, you must start with this position and the statement that I just said. So you'll fill in the blank. Even though I have this pain, even though I have this anger, even though I have this whatever, you'll fill that in, but it always starts the same way. Okay? So now, the next one is now we go to the next point, which is right inside the eyebrow. And what you'll do is you'll take I usually use my middle finger and index finger. Depending on how large your fingers are, you can use as many of your fingers as you would like. You can use all of them. You want to use at least 2 of them. At least two of them. So you want at least a couple because you want to hit the whole point. You tap the inside of the eyebrow, okay? And you say the following statement. This anger. You say this anger. This anger, or whatever your issue is. Okay, this anger. Okay? And we tap that typically somewhere around 3 to 7 times. It ends up being about 5 times. Okay? This anger. This anger. Okay? Everybody got that? Okay, now we go to the outside of the eye. Okay? The outside of the eye. Let me change. Okay? We say the outside of the eye, right here, and we say this anger. This anger. This anger. Okay? Okay? Now we're going to go to underneath the eye, and we're going to say this anger. Okay? This anger. This anger. We usually just do it a couple of times. This anger. Then we're going to go underneath the nose and say, this anger, this anger, underneath the nose. And then we're going to go to the chin. Now, the chin is right above the chin. You know where you have the indentation right here? Under the lip, actually above the chin, right here. You say, this anger. The good news about using all these fingers is that you'll hit the point. You don't have to be completely exact. You will hit it if you use all the fingers. So we're right at the top of right above the chin there, in that indentation. Okay? This anger. Then we go to, there's an indentation point right here. Can you all feel that right here? In acupuncture, it's called K. Did I move my microphone? And it's in acupuncture, it's called K27 is the name of the point. If you cannot find this point, if you feel like you don't know where it is or you can't find it, you can hit the breastbone right here. You can hit the bone right at the end of an Adam's apple, your throat. Where your throat, there's an indentation in your throat, and there's a bone right there. You can hit that. You can do either one, and you hit it, and you say this anger. I like this, the K27 point, because I feel it more. This anger, right? Okay, yeah, that's good. You guys have it. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Then you tap under here, if you're wearing a bra, where that would be, okay? And then you say this anger. So you look a little bit like a monkey. This anger, okay? This anger. This anger. Okay? And now you're going to go to the wrists. I just clap the wrists together. This anger. And then the top of the head. Okay, so let's go through it all more quickly now that you have it, okay? All right. So now the good news is that once you've done the opening, or what's called the discovery statement, once you've done it, you do not need to do it again. Okay, so you've done it the one time. So, well, not in your life, but I mean in this round right here, right now, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to now go straight to the eyebrow right here. So continue with me. This pain. The outside of the eye. This pain. Underneath the eye. This pain. Or this anger. I'm sorry. This anger. This anger. I'm sorry. Let me start over. This anger with the eye, inside of the eyebrow. This anger. This anger. Outside the eye. This anger. Underneath the eye. This anger. Underneath the nose. This anger. At the chin. This anger. At the clavicle, or the breastbone if you're using that, this anger. Underneath the arm, this anger. At the wrist, this anger. Now, as we are doing this, I want you to become very self-aware and notice what, if anything, is happening in your body. Okay? Now, right now, you may be very focused, and this one at the top of the head, this anger. Right now, you may be very focused on getting the points down. So you may not be really aware of your body. So let's do a round now. I'm going to do another round, and I want you to really focus on what you are feeling in your body as we do this, okay? So this anger inside the eye. Notice your body. Notice your body. On the outside of the eye, this anger, what's happening in your body? How's your breathing? Underneath the eye, this anger. Underneath the nose, this anger. At the chin, this anger. At the clavicle, this anger. Underneath the arm, the bra strap, this anger. At the wrist, this anger. And now at the top of your head, this anger. All right, so right now, just sit for a moment and feel into your anger, the level of anger. Notice your breathing. Notice the anger. Just observe, is it different? Do you feel different in your body? Do you have a different experience? So just turn to somebody next to you, somebody at your table, and just say if there's any difference that you're feeling at all. Just observe and notice if there's anything different going on in your body. And look at your number. Did your number change? See if your number changed.